Welcome everyone, my name is Nicole and today we have about a 30-minute full body class and I'm going to demo with blocks for the whole class, so it can be a little bit more beginner friendly, but really it's all levels. So when you're ready, we will begin standing at the top of our mat, and go ahead, and if you're going to use blocks, grab those and I will grab mine as well. All right, so just go ahead and find your place about the front of your mat and have your blocks handy a little bit out in front of you. So, and then there's the different settings, so you could always just like pick whatever setting works for you. And then we're gonna bring our awareness to our feet, lift their toes up, and then imagine pressing down more evenly through the other four corners of your feet. Go ahead and lower the toes. A little playful bend in the knees. And then go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose. And out the nose. And a lot of times we practice with an ujjayi breath, which is a slight constriction at the back of your throat. And so when you breathe in and you breathe out, it sounds kind of like the ocean or Darth Vader. And that helps warm the body and soothe the nervous system, and as well as gives you something to come back to when your mind starts to wander off or do all its things that it does. So if you'd like to set an intention for the class, go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center and press your palms together. And then maybe any word that calls to you, anything you'd like to see more of in your life. And then drop the hands, and on the inhale we're going to raise all the way up overhead. Fingers touch, and then palms together through heart center. Bend the knees a whole bunch, exhaling over. Inhale, halfway, look up, press into the floor, the blocks, your shin, lift your chin, and then exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up into the top. And then 2 more rounds just like that. Exhale, hands in prayer, folding, knees bent. Inhale, halfway, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to the top. Last round, hands in prayer, exhale, fold through center. Inhale, halfway, look up. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to the top. And then exhale, bend the knees a whole bunch. Sit your weight back more into your heels. Inhale your fingers up overhead, chair pose, inhaling deeply. Exhaling. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, fold over. Inhale, halfway, look up. And then we're going to prepare now to step back into a plank position, and then you can keep your blocks. You may want to put them on a lower setting though, and then step back into plank. Pausing here, and you can always lower your knees if you'd like. And the core pulls in, wrists under shoulders. Keep the Shoulders lifting. You help by pressing out through your hands. And then if your knees are lowered, go ahead and lift them and staying on the blocks, press back into downward dog. So bend the knees a whole bunch as you shoot your hips high to the sky. Have your hands really active and engaged, which is great with the blocks because you kind of already have to grip the blocks, so it really activates your hands, as well as gives us a little extra length and maybe takes some of the pressure off of the shoulders. And just take some breaths here. And then we're going to prepare to step our right foot through. So just bend your knees, now look forward and core engage. See if with a little extra height from the blocks we can step through. And then if that didn't work, then make it even higher here. So do what you need to do. So we have our right foot in front, and I'm gonna drop the back heel, and I'm gonna inhale, press down firmly, windmill the arms up and out to come into warrior two. And for warrior two here, our torso's down towards the long edge of our mat, and then our front thigh, we're rolling open so you can see, look down your big toe. And then feet pressing down firmly, drawing in, and then exhaling, trying to find balance in the torso, maybe shift side to side, and then straighten that leg, give it a little break, breathe in, and out. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, bend that knee once more back into warrior two. And now here, drop your back hand down your back leg and then reach up and over with your right hand for reverse warrior. Breathe in and out. And then inhale, come back into warrior two. And then straighten the leg. Take a breath in and out. Little break. And from here, might need to shorten your stance a little bit. Extend your arms, legs are straight, and we're gonna prepare for triangle by reaching out over our front leg, really trying to reach out, keeping a little micro bend. And then when we can't hold that anymore, we're gonna drop our hand on a block or the shin, the floor, and your left hand to your heart, and roll that shoulder, roll your heart, upper torso open, extend that left hand high, breathe. And then lower the hand around your front foot. You can have our blocks here at whatever setting you'd like. You step into plank. Pause at the top. Lower the knees if you'd like. And then exhale. Prepare to lower all the way down. You may need to move the blocks for a second. Onto your belly. Forearms out. Elbows under shoulders. Pull a little length in your, a little extra length into your spine by pressing down, and you get the drift. And then make one leg up, reach it back more. The other leg up, reach it back more. And then we're gonna draw our hands down by our hips, and our palms are gonna face up. Roll your shoulders up and onto your back. And then on the inhale, we're gonna lift our upper body and our feet off the floor for locust inhale. Really extend your fingertips to the back wall and your toes. Keep breathing. One more deep breath in. And release. Rest your forehead on your hands. Take a deep breath in. And out. One more deep breath. Fill your belly. Feel it expand into the floor. And exhale. Release. Go ahead and inhale. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press back onto all fours. Go ahead and grab your blocks if you're using them. Get a nice good grip here. And then lift the knees. Shift the hips back and up into downward dog. And take a few breaths here. Knees can be bent as much as they need to be to really focus on length in the spine and getting tailbones high. One more breath in. And then exhale, we're going to prepare to step the left foot through between our hands. Turn the back heel foot out. And then inhale, come on up into warrior two. I'm bending the front leg, thighs rolling out. I could see my big toe engaging. And then the arms extend out. Shoulders roll onto your back and breathe. You can maybe shift side to side, see if you feel like you're center. And then go ahead and straighten the leg. A little break here. Take a breath in and out. In. And then exhale, bend the front knee once more. Warrior two, extend the arms. This time reach your back hand down your back leg and begin to arc up and over for reverse warrior. Try not to come out of the lunge, but stay deep. Breathing. And then inhale, come back up, straighten the legs. Take a breath in and out. And you may want to shorten your stance some. Let's extend our arms. And the leg is straight, our front leg is straight now. As we, a little micro bend in the front knee, reach out, 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 out. And I cannot come out any further. So then I'm going to drop my hand on the block, the shin, or the floor. Press down firmly. And then take my right hand to my heart Imagine rolling my chest open, extending my right hand to the sky. Look down if your neck's bothering you. And breathe. And then go ahead and come down over your leg, and we can grab our blocks, set them up here, pivot the back heel up, step back into plank, and pause here and breathe. Always lower the knees. And then open the knees as wide as the mat, toes touch, and then begin to press your hips back towards your heels, and then maybe use a block to rest your forehead on, or maybe rest your forehead all the way to the earth. And just take some breaths in child's pose. And breathing deeply up the spine and down. And then go ahead and remove the block and prepare to shift forward. You can pause in a forearm plank and then drop down. Pull, lengthen your spine if you liked that. And then prepare to do locust the way we did before with the palms face up. Or you can clasp the hands behind the back. Check your shoulders. Pick them, roll them up onto your back. And then as we begin to straighten the arms, the chest lifts, chin lifts, feet lift. And we breathe. And we're a deep breath in. And release. Rest your head on your hands, and take a few deep belly breaths. Deep breath into the belly, feel it expand into the floor. And exhale. Sigh it out the mouth if that calls to you. Deep inhale, fill your belly. Sigh it out. Last round, deep belly breath. And sigh it out. Go ahead and inhale. Bring your hands back into your shoulders. And we'll go ahead and press onto all fours and do a little twist here. So, wrists under shoulders. Knees are under your hips. Inhale, right hand to the sky. And we're just going to thread it through. Drop the shoulder down about halfway. Trying to kind of keep the hips level, core engaged. Roll open with the upper body. You can use this hand as a little bit of a kickstand to help roll your chest open to the left. Breathe. And then inhale. Come back to center and take a moment here to kind of unwind. Maybe shift side to side. Maybe cat-cow. Really press and arch through the back of the heart. Cat. And then cow, tailbone to the sky, collarbones bright. And just move back and forth. Your own pace, your own breath. And then meet me back in a neutral spine. Open your left hand now and thread it through. Drop your shoulder about midway, rest the head. Maybe bring your right hand to help roll your torso open. Just more focus on your upper body. We're trying to keep your sacrum level. Breathing. And then go ahead and come on out. Do another shake out if that felt nice to you before. And then we're gonna sit back on our heels. Shift off one way. Then you can draw your feet around. And extend them out flat along the earth here. You can keep a little bend in your knees. And then you can also sit up on something like a block or a bolster, depending on how sensational the pose is for you. So do whatever adjustments you need to do to make this work for you. And then we're all gonna bend our knees so much that we can bring our torso to touch our thighs and maybe grab our feet and then only come forward into this forward fold as long as we can maintain this contact between our torso and our thighs, keeping our chin lifted and really focusing on being nice and long, lifted in the spine instead of rounding in the low back, trying to keep that area flat. And just breathe. And then inhale, core engaged. Go ahead and come out. And we can prepare to do a little Baddha Konasana. So press the soles of your feet together. You can bring your hands behind you to press down, lift your chest up. Maybe scoot closer to your feet. And then open your feet like a book. And inhale, length work we did just before in our forward fold. Try to come forward with our lower back flat. And then just pausing and breathing instead of focusing so much more on rounding over. Let's just set this for this time. Just focus on staying lifted and long and with real active engagement in the legs. So pressing the feet together, and then I'm like drawing them into my midline to really just try to activate them as much as I can. Just a few more breaths. Beautiful. And then go ahead and lean back to come out, closing the knees. And we're going to prepare now to come down onto our backs. And just take a moment. Get comfortable. Feel even. And then from here, we're going to do some bridge. So to prepare for that, our fingertips are going to reach towards our heels, maybe not touching, but sort of near there. And then you can either grab the outside edges of your mat and feel like you're ripping the mat away to help lift your chest, roll your shoulders under your back, and then you'd lift your hips by pressing down through the feet. Or maybe you want to clasp the hands behind the bum and continually keep trying to roll those shoulders deeply onto your back of your head pressing firmly, then press the hips up, lift the toes, and then press down so much with the feet, and then like you're gonna kick yourself in the bum, but don't let your feet lift off the ground to engage your hamstrings. The back of your head's firmly pressing, chin lifting, and then the chest is coming towards the chin, but you're not the other way around. And then let's come out for a moment, releasing nice and slow and gently. Take a moment to just let the knees fall in and take a deep breath in and out. And then go ahead and cactus your arms and maybe bring your feet about as wide as the mat. I'm just gonna let the knees fall off one way, inhaling up, and then exhaling the other way. Inhaling up, and exhaling over. And pause at the top and center. And cross one leg, cross your right leg over your left leg. And shift the hips just a smidge to the right. And then let the knees fall to the left. Maybe reach to the right and look to the right. And then inhale back to center, uncross. And then now the left leg over the right leg. Shift the hips just a smidge to the left and let the knees fall to the right. Maybe reach to the left, look to the left, and breathe deeply. And then inhale back to center. And then grab the outside edges of your feet or your shins to draw them down towards the outside edges of your torso for happy baby. You can roll around or lay still, whatever calls to you. And then hug everything in tight into a little ball. Hold your breath. Squeeze all your muscles. And you cannot hold it any longer. Go ahead and release out into Shavasana. The feet roll out and the palms turn up. Shoulders gently roll under. Or you can take whatever shape calls to you for final relaxation. And just stay where you're at and breathe into any sensations that arise, and I will sit and hold space for you and guide you out in just a few minutes. Begin to breathe more deeply. Move your fingers and your toes. And also feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. Rolling to one side, and then using your hands to push yourself back to a seated position. Thank you, friends. The light within me sees and recognizes the light within you. I hope you have a beautiful day and week.